Distributive property. As a reminder, multiplication is repeated addition. In order of operations, using distributive property is considered a multiplication step and not a parenthesis step. So let's go ahead and look at the first example. And we're going to solve it two ways. The first way is we're going to look at repeated addition. So where we're just going to add this 4 times. Because essentially what this is saying is that this 4 is indicating that there's 4 copies of this 1a plus 4b. So if we were to write that out, we would have 1a plus 4b plus 1a plus 4b, and then also just always in parentheses, plus 1a plus 4b plus 1a plus 4b. Now, if we were to go ahead and now add these up, because we have 4 copies of this, we would just add up all the a's together and all the b's together. So we have 1a plus 1a plus 1a plus 1a. So that would be equal to 4a. Then we have 4b plus 4b, which is 8b, plus another 4b is 12b, plus another 4b is 16b. So we have 4a plus 16b. And this would be our solution for this. However, there is a simpler way to solve. So when we look at distributive property, we're looking at this 4, and we're going to go ahead and multiply it by the first term, and then we're also going to go then multiply it by the second term. So when we write this out, we have 4 times 1a. So 4 times 1 is just 4, and we leave the variable as is. Then we have 4 times 4, which is 16, and then we just leave the variable, so it's b. So we have 4a plus 16b. So all we did was multiply this 4 with 2 different terms, and we got the same solution as if we just added all of them together. So you can see which way is a little bit faster. Now let's look at another example. Example 2, solve for the following. We have 7 on the outside, and we're going to go ahead and then multiply it by anything inside the parentheses. So we multiply by the first term, which is 3x. We're going to multiply by the second term, which is negative 6y. So first, let's deal with the first term. So 7 times 3 is 21, and we leave the variable as x as is, and then we have this negative sign. So we need to make sure we include it. So we'll just leave it right there. Now 7 times 6 is 42, and then we leave our variable as y, and so this would be our solution to this problem. Let's do one final example. Example 3. Solve for the following. We have 5, and then we're going to go ahead and multiply by every term inside. So you first multiply by this 11t, then this 2y, and then this 6z. So first, let's go back to the first term. So 5 times 11 is 55, and we leave it as t. Then 5 times 2 is 10, and so it's 10y. And then we have a negative sign here. We're going to leave as is. Now we have this 5 times this 6, so that's 30z. And that would be our solution.